this year. 3rd and 5. And Smith throws, and it's short, incomplete. He had Kelsey, and you had Brennan Scarlett came in and knocked Smith to the ground. So they convert, and JJ is now down. So 3 third downs were converted, but now it's a 4th down. And Marshall is already out, and now Watt's on the ground.
Let's take a look down the field. Travis Kelce's wide open. Great move against the cornerback and Jonathan Joseph, but it was the pressure by Scarlett that made him flinch on it just a bit.
Well, the crowd is still, I mean, J.J. Watt he's a folk hero here. And I think most of you know what he did in the aftermath of the hurricane. Wound up looking for a couple $100,000 in donations and wound up picking up almost $37 million.
First down, they give it to Dalvin Cook, and he puts the ball on the ground the first time he's fumbled it all year long. The Lions have it. How about that?
Yeah, and I think he's hurt because he's going to lose his balance, and this doesn't look good. Watch his knee on the cut, right there, his left knee. And you see number 32, Tavon Wilson, put the helmet on the football, but this is scary for the Vikings. See that knee?
And he reached for it right away.
Yeah. That and it's, you know, that's where you hold your collective breath and hope it's nothing serious.
I mean, he reached for it right away, and then Tavon Wilson puts a helmet on the football. Of course, the one that comes to mind is the devastating injury to Teddy Bridgewater prior to the start of last season.
It's a slant route thrown a little bit high by Eli Manning. Oh, and you can see that left ankle underneath the Charger tackler.
And that's the ankle that he injured in the preseason.
This one is really serious, though.
On the cart, clutching that left ankle area. Beckham despondent.
Yeah, there's the physical pain, obviously, but also the mental frustration and disappointment.
Pass rush coming. And Rodgers, a perfect throw, and simply dropped by Martellus Bennett. It would have been a first down, and Rodgers is hurt.
He took a big hit at the end of that play just as he got it out, and it looked like he might have landed on that right shoulder. That's Anthony Barr. Shoulder, right elbow.
Aaron Rodgers now in his 10th season as a Packers starting quarterback. He's up. I think he's unhappy with that hit after he had released the football, and still following through on the tackle was Anthony Barr.
Well, I partly expected to see a flag at the end of this play, because when he lets it go, you could argue that he was driven, into the turf, but
Cousins out to his left. Can he run for it? No, as he gets hit by Von Bell.
that is not good. They got him braced up, and he's the one guy visiting with Kirk Cousins said we cannot afford to lose. And everyone knows how valuable he is, but even the things that don't show up in the stat sheet, the way that he's able to block in pass protection, and he's been the real bright spot for this offense. But it looks to me like they're going to be doing it without him here for the rest of the year.
Well, he's their leading rusher. He's their leading receiver. They just lost it.
Chris Ivory at running back now. Bortles has some time, now in trouble, throws, and it's complete at midfield to Allen Robinson, who comes up grabbing his left leg. And Robinson is now going to head right off towards the Jaguars sideline, but it is good for a first down.
One of the great things about when you're a quarterback is when you have time to throw the football. We talked to Nathaniel Hackett, says he wants Blake Bortles at that certain spot, and this is a bad sign with Allen Robinson going down.
Robinson was trying to get to the sideline, and 3/4 of the way there, he just went to the ground, grabbing his left leg. So a timeout on the field.
Final minute of the first quarter. Glennon over the middle. There's Meredith, another completion. And an easy one to Meredith, who's got himself a first down, and he's down and he's hurt. A 20-yard pickup to Meredith for a team that's already has receiver issues. They've got some injuries, and Meredith, their best receiver, returning from last year.
One left of your screen. Watch the cut. That ball's gone before he makes the break. Great timing. And then on the tackle. That's when he got hurt.
Oh, no. Well, a great start for the Bears has just turned really somber. Just awful scene here as it looks like Cameron Meredith is severely hurt. They have the card out for him, and quite honestly, looking at the replay of the break, it's not a good picture. And Meredith, they put the air cast on his leg, and a nice round of applause. And you know, we're not going to show that picture, and that's fine. You don't need to see it. But, you know, Charles, the thing is, a couple things. Best receiver from a year ago. You see already that he's got chemistry with Glennon, and he's a great story quarterback for St. Joseph High School. He's 15 minutes outside of Soldier Field. Like it's such a feel-good story.
Went to Illinois State to be a quarterback, ended up being a wide receiver.
Yeah, not a good sign. We saw Greg Olson leaving the field during the break and favoring that right ankle, that right foot. You see him right at the top of the route here. He just comes out of the break, kind of a non-contact injury, and he starts hobbling on that right foot.
3rd and 10. Trubisky to the end zone. Touchdown, Zach Miller. 25-yard touchdown pass from Trubisky to Miller, and Miller is still down in the end zone.
There's a trust factor, right? You see Zach Miller down in the end zone. Let's see if he finishes this catch. Left hand, holding the ball, still securing the ball. Absolutely. Now, the trust factor that I'm talking about is that Mitchell Trubisky trusts Zach Miller as he goes up and brings it in one hand. And what happens is Mitchell Trubisky throws to a spot. The biggest adjustment, oh, you see his leg right there.
He can't come over and make that play.
First down run by Johnson. Tackled on the play by Avery Williamson. Boy, Cleveland was looking for a shot in the arm offensively, and Kessler has delivered. There are 2 injured Browns players, and boy, this is Joe Thomas here, the Iron Man of Iron Men. Athletic trainers quickly onto the field, and
180.
McCoy to the 45 now. Of late, this has been a big problem for the Bills, Clay, and needs help coming off the field as we take another look at what happens.
He's in the pile. He starts to get tackled, and it's his right foot kind of just buckles underneath him and couldn't put any pressure on it, putting him on the cart. Bud Carpenter, the head trainer, came out. Head coach Sean McDermott came out, and he was visibly upset, pounded the ground a couple of times. The injury hurts, but he realizes how much his team needs him right now.
And you can see the frustration from McCoy while he was down during that last timeout. He accounts for 32% of Buffalo's yards this year, 3rd most of any player.
pull it out. They're at the top of your picture here on 2nd and 7. Quick strike. This is Ware trying to take on tacklers. Inches close to that first down marker, which is just outside the 7-yard line. Nice little catch and run by Ware, and he is a little bit slow to get to his feet.
Yeah, he is. He's not getting to his feet. He really lowered the boom, too, on Terrence Garvin to pick up extra yards, but grabbing his right knee, he may have paid for the extra couple of yards.
I hate to see that. It's the left knee that Ware is clutching as the trainers make it the right knee.
Around him and swallowed up by Justin Houston. So Houston had a big play on the last drive. Big sack here, knocking him down, and that's the first sack of the night for the Chiefs.
Going after the guy I talked about early on, Marcus Cannon. And for Justin Houston, that's what we've seen him do a lot.
Well, here's what they don't want to see, and you'll see it in a second. Eric Berry is down on the field. So he's had a tremendous night, one of the best, obviously, in the league. Just signed a long-term, rich contract. And we go to Michelle.
Well, the update on Tyreek Hill is that he has cramps in that right thigh. He is probable to return, so that's the good news, and we'll see what's up with Eric Berry, Al.
Yeah, that's the deal right now. There he is. He's had a big night.
I tell you, Al, the one thing that nobody talks about enough in these opening games is you don't play. You know, in preseason, you play a half at most, and then you get out here in these games, and this is uncharted territory here.
So Berry's on Gronkowski. Yeah, you don't know, is it a cramp? Is it the turf monster? I mean, that's how Edelman got hurt in Detroit in a non-contact play. Just caught his leg in the turf.
Second and 18. Fakes the handoff. Looks for another option. Bounces back. Throws in the end zone. Incomplete. Oh, there was traffic there, and so too was Antonio Brown, who's injured.
And you see Ben actually has going across the field inside. He had a shot with Smith-Schuster, but ends up going to Brown. Ooh. What time? Probably should have had this ball. Brown usually makes that.
He's getting help to the sideline.
Can't tell what's wrong, but he is. This is a monster. Let's see his legs. Oh, yeah, he gets kicked right in that left
by Rowe
calf.
Being escorted to the sideline by the medical crew led by Dr. James Bradley.
On 2nd and 5, plenty of time for Dalton. They're short of the first down on the catch by the rookie, Josh Malone. And Ryan Shazier, the leader of this Pittsburgh defense, is not getting up.
Break on the ball and went in there with his head down, and that's never a good thing. All you can do is hope and pray that Ryan Shazier is okay.
By Blair Thomas, former outstanding Penn State football player. Really proud of Lisa. Nelson Aguilar, the catch and a first down across the 30 to the 35-yard line, 14 yards.
I like this Aguilar. And Jason Peters, Pro Bowl left tackle, is down, holding his right knee.
Still going strong at age 35.
Huge loss for the Eagles and for football. This man, 35 years old, not many better guys than Jason Peters, have worked to get to where he is from where he came from. And you can see the love that he has from his teammates, even the respect of the Redskins.
I would have been scared to go. No chance. Even at home game? Tate takes a hard hit at the 17. Daniel Lasco is the injured Saint.
Ambulance is already on the football field, and when we saw the replay, his helmet right to the hip of the runner, and he was down before he even got to the turf.
Daniel Lasco of the Saints, second season out of Cal, tended to by medical staff here in Orchard Park.
Those social issues going on in a way that he had never really done before, and you got the feeling that Richard Sherman and Cam Chancellor and some of the guys on the defensive side of the ball really appreciated what happened.
And Michael Bennett as well. A lot of big personalities on this team. Big. Right now, Chris Carson is the guy who needs some attention.
Oh.
Well, a night that was going along so well for the Seahawks and their fans, and now you've got this. Chris Carson is still down. Brought out the air cast and Even the Colts saying a little prayer for him right here. Does not look good, at least on the replay. And see what happens here.
Well, he's going to get that left leg pinned, and now, as so often happens, it's underneath another player, and the defensive players want to drive him backwards, and it just gets uglier and uglier from there.
Here's Sproles. That's Darian Thompson. Good job by the second-year safety, and Sproles may be hurt. The hit by Darian Thompson to the left leg has Sproles down, and here it is. So they check the legs of Sproles.
Stands tall. Edelman beat Davis across the middle and sneaks inside the 15. Third catch on the drive for the 9th-year man out of Kent State.
Slipping a little bit, getting off the field, and that's not a good sign for the Patriots right there. But this is why Tom Brady throws for so many yards. Recognizing matchups. I got Julian Edelman matched up against Jared Davis, the middle linebacker. That matchup is a mismatch. He recognizes it right away. Edelman recognizes it right away. And let's hope that's not serious.
Middle pressure. Palmer avoids it, throws. Inside the 5, David Johnson with a tremendous catch. And hurting. After the grab.
That's a key part of your offense. Slow getting up right there for the Arizona Cardinals.
David Johnson catch, a check on the injury. Got a smile out of David Johnson as he walked himself over to the sideline. A tough catch.
Well, the passing situation, 3rd and 11. Got chipped by the tight end that time. And the pass complete to John Brown, and Richard Sherman is shaken up for Seattle after the first down catch at the 34-yard line.
Boy.
Catch was 18 in the first down. The concerns for Sherman.
Sherman had some concerns about his Achilles coming into this game. Can't tell. He's almost, I won't speculate on what it is, but
Richard's getting up and limping off.
It's tough.
Richard Sherman was not on the injury report until Wednesday. We're back the entire the Colts, all the care with Brandon Williams. I mentioned earlier that he had that condition called spinal stenosis, narrowing of the spinal column. Chip Kelly, when he was his coach at Oregon, had to tell him that he couldn't play football anymore. And it was very emotional. That's why he tried basketball, finished his degree at Oregon. And then in 2013, the parents of Williams' girlfriend at the time paid for him to have another MRI on his neck. He wanted to keep the football dream alive. You know, look at him one more time. And he and DeAndre's mount on this punt protection. And that shot right there to the head, and he went down and was in some discomfort. Of course, we saw the scene with Ryan Shazier of Pittsburgh a couple of weeks ago when he was hurt in the Monday night game against Cincinnati.